Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box. And today it's all about Blondie. And I know you'd rather look at her than look at me, but hey, that's the way these images are centered. Now, Blondie had so many hits, and they did it in a way that was super innovative because they were one of the pioneers of American New Wave, which took the sort of stripped down aggression of punk, whether it be the New York punk of the Ramones or the London punk of people like the Sex Pistols, and it took it and it sort of added a kind of stylish element. So it was less about, kids in tank tops throwing beer bottles at each other and more about something that was both youthful and sort of sophisticated at the same time. The Cars certainly had that. Devo in an off the wall way had that. With Blondie, the whole thing came together. It was music that, you could put a tie on, but without the suit. It was that type of vibe. And the songwriting was absolutely marvelous. They had so many interesting songs and so many hits in just a very short span of years. The band itself formed in the mid 70s. First tracks came out in 76, their debut album, and by 1982 they were pretty much a spent force. And within that short period of time, comparatively, they had so many hits. I mean, The Tide is High incorporated reggae into pop music, which is something that they were one of the pioneers of. The Police did it in a different way. Rapture introduced rap to different audiences, white audiences, rock audiences, one way or another, very punky, could have been a Clash song in many ways. Call Me, classic whatchamacallit, new wave, Heart of Glass, almost disco punk, if you will, but all of it with that very unique sound. And it didn't hurt that Debbie Harry is one of the most, I would say, dynamic and interesting lead singers in all of music. Men, women, whatever, she did a wonderful job and developed quite a following in terms of her solo work, in terms of her modeling, in terms of everything. She was just a very beloved character, but it all really came together for these Blondie albums. And it's easy to forget how many real memorable hits they had. They were not just a band with one or two, they had loads. So much so that by 81, they had a greatest hits album that remained on the charts for a while. So if you want to see New Wave at its best, Blondie is a very good place to start. As always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.